Nutrition and health. So I have with me two guests today. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Ben.
Walaikum salam, how are you?
I'm good. And the NLP practitioner, Sister Fahima Mohammed. Assalamu alaikum, Sister.
Alaikum salam.
How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Good. So Ben, what do you have in store for us today?
Yeah, today we have a traditional Irish bread to show you guys at home. Really simple to make.
Simple.
Very simple.
I see assortment of stuff around.
Yeah, it has got a few
fishes and
minor
knives
steps,
and stuff.
But this recipe doesn't have any yeast in it.
Okay.
So you don't need to leave it to rise for an hour and then have a second rise and then all that blarney. You don't need to do any of that. It's just really simple. The buttermilk reacts with the bicarb. Immediate reaction. You'll see the dough start to change before you, and
Before your very eyes.
that's what makes the dough rise. Also, you don't need to knead it. You don't need to, work your arm out for 10 minutes to get a great loaf. It's just so simple.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead.
That's really interesting. I love bread, but it always puts me off because of the time factor and the fact that, it is quite bloating, and people that are worried about their diet and looking at the ingredients over here, because it doesn't have yeast.
Those with gluten
won't
intolerant
get-
and all these
yes,
people. Yeah.
you would not get that bloating feeling. So soda bread is a very good type of bread to use and have. Generally, not just for Ramadan, but I think it's really good for a lot of people that would actually love to have bread.
Nutrition-wise?
Nutritional-wise, as well
Yes.
as the fact that it's really quick and easy.
Exactly.
I got seeing is believing, because you keep saying that both of you are saying that word quick, and I'm just.
Quick.
I'm not saying I don't
Exactly.
believe you, but I just want to, I want to see this thing play out.
When
It
I
has
tell you
been
I'm
made.
50% done already,
Okay.
that's how simple
Bosh.
it is. Bosh. So, if you need some more water just to bring it together, that's fine. I'm using about 300 mils of buttermilk
Yep.
and about, how much? 375 of flour. And you can mix up the flours if you want to use plain, if you want to use wholemeal. Wholemeal's great for...
Don't you use one of those? I'm not on the right path.
No, don't need a rolling pin for this.
Okay.
Really simple, just your hands and some elbow grease. So I'm just going to bring it together with my hands to create a ball, and that's going to be the basis for our loaf.
A lot of people are afraid of having bread and they cut it down when it comes to their diet. But the thing is, again, it's about having the balance, and this sort of recipe is amazing for you to continue having what you love, but as a healthy option.
Healthy.
And,
That's a good word, healthy. We like
yes,
healthy.
Healthy option, as well as being very fast and efficient for you to even make first thing in the morning, to have the house smell of fresh, freshly made bread. It's just so
You can't beat
amazing.
it. You cannot beat
exactly.
And you don't add a whole load of sugar, because a lot of processed bread or high street made bread is full of
Salt and
sugars.
sugar.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is pretty much it. We've got our
That
ball
was
made.
amazing.
We've got
Right
our
in
loaf
front
made.
of your eyes.
Literally.
And I must stress, I did have a little bit of salt to the side of that bicarb. That's going to add flavour and create a really delicious loaf. So
But just a tad. Just a tad.
Just a tad, yeah. Your preference. Every baker needs their signature. Okay, so if you're baking at home, it's great to have a signature cut on the loaf just to make sure people know that it's yours.
Right,
okay?
right. So let's see your signature move.
This isn't mine. Come on, I can't show people, otherwise they'll steal it.
Oh, it's
So
like
I'm going
that.
to show you a generic one, just like that. Okay, and there we go. That pot goes into the oven at about 230.
Okay.
You need quite a hot oven. It needs to be very hot. And that goes into the oven.
And how long would you put that in for?
About 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
wow.
So how quick is that?
That's amazing.
Okay.
I
So
cannot
do you come
believe that
come
was
across
bread.
people that like a lot of people that's trying to get off the bread?
Yes. Again, I think life is about balance, and it definitely is like that with food. And you can have everything that you like, but within, consistency of, how much you have. And with, like I said,
So a balanced approach.
A balanced approach, exactly. But this is not even about the balance, because this one does not leave you feeling bloated. It had ingredients there which is really simple, and buttermilk is really good for you, and it actually will help you not feeling so, sort of full up.
So there's some
Absolutely.
advantages to buttermilk, I'm told. I believe that there's some advantages.
Yes.
Could you refresh us on at least you know, a couple of the advantages of buttermilk as opposed to what does it do? What does it do? Does it help with digestion? Is this true?
Definitely.
I've heard this.
That's what it's really about. You've actually answered my question.
Okay.
So yes,
No,
it does help with digestion.
Okay.
And it's a really good alternative because again, it doesn't make you feel bloated. And we're using other ingredients here, which is going to be on top of the bread. And with generally bread, you know, having it on its own, you don't need to have a specific sort of ingredient with regards to it has to be like what we're making right now. What are we doing?
Absolutely. So I'm just going to show you. This is one we made earlier.
Oh, wow.
There we have it.
Oh.
Fresh Irish soda bread, traditional, really delicious, so quick, so easy. And look how pretty that looks. Come on.
You said Irish.
Irish, it's Irish. Did I not mention that?
Okay,
Yes, it's Irish, originally from Ireland. That's how they made their loaves. They wouldn't use yeast. They would use soda.
Oh, all right, different.
And with this sort of bread, you can actually have it on its own, or as we're going to do today, we're going to add some ingredients on top of that.
I'm going to cut this in
to make it into
half.
a type of a meal. So that's what's really important about having this type of bread, so that it actually becomes a little bit more than what you would normally have, and it will actually turn into something a little bit
brown.
extra.
That's it. There.
Because it's wholemeal.
Indeed.
I switched it up.
Excellent.
I switched it up. We had half and half plain flour with wholemeal flour.
Okay,
more healthy, more delicious.
The
So
secret ingredient.
That's it. I'm just going to slice.
No longer a secret, mind you, but the secret's out, man. Your secret's out. So Fahima, tell us more.
Yeah, so basically having soda bread and then having whatever ingredients that you're going to put on there can actually be like a good snack or a proper meal that you would like to have. It can even be for the morning or the evening, depending on what you put on top.
Okay.
So for today, what we're having is...
So not too heavy for the morning. You know, some people struggle for their
Exactly.
first meal of the day. They like something light or something.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes. So what we're having today is the...
having avocado.
Okay.
Going to make a little guacamole.
Avocado is amazing. It's a superfood. It's
fatty.
It's really healthy for you in a sense that even for people that are sort of having chemotherapy, it helps them with the effects of chemotherapy.
Okay.
So against nausea, against feeling, confusion, things like that. And also, again, avocado is an ingredient on its own, which is difficult for most of us to digest. So you can actually put it in with other sort of recipes.
Okay, it complements. So it complements. Yes. I get you.
A lot of people have it in salads.
They're very hard to get, though, aren't they? It's very are they a seasonal type?
To be honest, we get our avocados from abroad, so.
Oh, we're good.
We're good. Yeah, we've got it all year round if we want it.
We have a lot of fruit and vegetables all year round in this country, so we're quite lucky with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, certain times of the year, it could be a little bit, better quality or not. But at the same time, I think we're very, fortunate in order to have everything that we need most of the time.
That's it.
All year round.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I can see you've got fish over there.
I've got some mackerel. I've got some smoked mackerel. Really delicious.
Okay.
High in omega-3, obviously. Great for the brain. And yeah, really high in nutrients.
I think
just
we
delicious.
need more, of course, of fish in our diet because it actually helps us with our skin, with our hair, and having those omega-3 acids as well. It really gives us, the balance that we need. And you find people that have a lot of more fish in the Far East, they actually live longer. They have better
People
health.
in the Mediterranean as well. They eat a lot of fish, right?
And the oils are amazing for you. Just be careful because it's fish. It could be tasty a little bit salty, and obviously we want to make sure that we don't having that sort of taste. So during Ramadan, have extra water, cut down a little bit on your salt.
And
in order to keep hydrated, having ingredients that have already natural water.
People
in there.
get very dehydrated, as we do. I've been seeing people left, right, and say, "Oh, well, I'm so thirsty." More than hungry, people are always talking about thirst, dehydration, Ramadan. Anything that we can work on with that nutrition.
They say to have ideally 6 to 8 glasses of water, but obviously that's going to make you feel a little bit sick. Even if it's going to stop you from having.
That's
food
chugging it down, right? Going to spoil your appetite.
Have foods that actually contain the natural waters already in there, so that could help you. So things like the salads, anything green, even watermelon, things like that. That could really help and make a difference.
Yeah,
and if you add that to your general food, and obviously cut down on caffeine, cut down on salt generally, because that will actually keep you more hydrated. So that's another clever way of knowing how to keep hydrated in that sense. And obviously staying away from the heat. Obviously your activity has to be a lot less.
Monitor yourself. Be monitoring yourself, guys. It's key. Carbohydrates. Talk to us about the carbohydrates, because again, we want to keep a balance. If carbohydrates, sugars turn into fats.
Of course, we need to keep it balanced, but again, because we're fasting, we do need a selection and a variety. I see, sorry, just before I go ahead, you've added something red in there. What is that?
Yes, so some dried chili flakes.
Okay.
All those people out there that love
for extra flavour.
love some heat.
Okay.
Give it a punch.
That's it.
Or a kick.
That's it.
It looks beautiful. It's a lovely colour.
Yes.
So it's a really it's a meal in itself, really, having the bread, and it's quite filling.
Quite filling. It's going to keep you going throughout the day, and that's really what you want with a meal like this.
It's light. It's easy. It's quick.
Really easy. I mean, how quick was that bread to make? Ooh.
Cool.
And there we have it.
It looks the part.
Wow.
It looks the part.
Okay.
Indeed.
Very simple, really high in nutrients, as always. Just a fantastic dish. I would love to eat this every day if I could, and I do sometimes.
You indulge.
And all the health benefits of that, even generally, like I said, we need to create new habits in the style in which we eat.
Yes.
So we need to educate ourselves on ingredients, on food, on health generally. And health, not just generally, by listening to other people, what they say, but knowing our own bodies.
Yeah.
And with that, then we can actually, have the benefits of having, all the, types of food that we do like, but obviously within,
It
balance.
looks wonderful. It looks absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
However, fish and mackerel in particular is not on my radar, but I would love to find out. I mean, you're my guest, right?
Yeah,
So I'd love to find out.
Well, we've
Fahima.
chosen mackerel because it lowers cholesterol and blood pressure, so it's actually really healthy for you. And even though we have this lens and have this way of thinking that we don't like certain things, well, we need to add to that perspective and actually try different variations, because with that you've got, avocado, you've got the soda bread, you've got the chili, and it could actually give you a different feel. So it'll be something that maybe you can actually try out, or even, you can try different types of fish. That's not the issue. So for today, we prepared this because it's very quick, simple, and easy.
So you can make the same thing for those who don't like mackerel. If salmon's your favourite, you can flip it.
Of course.
You've got smoked salmon.
It's versatile.
Open for interpretation. It's up to you guys. What you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I kind of go for the more exotic fishes from the Caribbean. Just my thing.
Up to you guys.
Okay, let
You're
me try
eating
this.
it, so
I'm really, really eager.
hope you enjoy it.
I'm sure
You're
I
a
will.
brave. You're a brave cookie.
Oh,
Taking
yes.
one for the team, Fahima.
Oh,
We like this. We
absolutely.
like
Why
this. We
not?
like this.
It's very easy to cut into.
And that's another thing about not using yeast. It makes for a lot, just sort of less stodgy dough. So it's more of a crummy sort of texture.
Because
So-
it even looks different than regular bread,
It
right?
does,
Like
yeah.
gooey type of elasticated
Exactly.
kind of bread.
Exactly.
I love this. And the fact that the chili gives that kick. And even though
What hits you first? What
avocado-
hits you first? What hits you
For
first?
me, it was the mackerel,
All right.
and then it was the chili, and that sitting on top of the avocado was great, because avocado on its own it's very difficult to sort of take for the taste, because it's not really a
Can be
taste.
quite bland.
And the bread just gives it the perfect consistency together. And like I said, I could have that as a meal quite easily and be very satisfied.
Okay.
And I will probably be finishing that off after
Great
the show.
feedback. Huh? Great feedback.
No, that was. I mean,
No, I love it.
It does
It's-
look
you can
healthy.
Really, it
It
does
does
have
look
a kick
healthy.
with the chili, and it's really beautiful.
Good.
Lovely made.
Glad you
Thank
enjoyed it.
Is there any way that you could use the same ingredients and try and jazz it up? Say like to make I don't know if you want to make for some people with the children, mums with the children,
Yeah.
can they turn it into maybe design the bread into a bap or a kind of bun or something like that?
Of course.
there's
of
different
course.
ways
I mean,
of.
the traditional way is
panini or-
as I showed you, but there's no point following rules here. If you want to do it differently, you're more than welcome. It's not going to change the taste of the bread or the consistency. If you want to shape it how you want and put some different designs in it, put some smiley faces in it for the children, why not,
I'm just amazed that you can actually make bread this quick, this easy.
So easy.
That
in a very
seems
healthy
really
form.
quick. Yeah.
And it's age old as
It's
well.
really good.
This isn't new cooking. This is really old school. So
But you're bringing
Yeah.
it fresh and new to people that actually can make in their homes, which
Yes.
traditionally, it used to be done. But now, because of time, constraints, a lot of the time we don't feel we can cook from scratch.
And most
But
people
this
don't
is
want to
really
buy
good.
bread. Most people, should I say, most people just want to quickly grab
A loaf.
a
Yes.
as opposed
Yes.
to making bread. I grew up on homemade bread, and it doesn't take. The bread in the shop doesn't taste like homemade bread. So
Absolutely.
I'd encourage you guys to give it a try.
Make bread once and you will never stop making bread.
You won't be able to turn back, right?
No.
So we're coming. We're almost running out of time. But Fahim, I want to leave the last word with you in terms of food, nutrition, motivation, and the whole, dynamic energy that you bring.
Well, maybe I'll start with you. We have to open ourselves a little bit more. A lot of the times we are, set in our ways. So let's try, opening up ourselves to trying new ingredients, to trying out new ways of, looking at food and actually tasting it. Because I mean, especially with children, we encourage them to taste it, to try. And over the years and stages, even their taste buds change. So even for us, we should do the same. And just because we've done something, for many years before that we've done for a long time, doesn't mean we cannot be open to it and actually increase in our health and awareness and have more exciting food in front of us.
Inshallah, inshallah. Thank you both so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Up next, Sister Masuma Jaffa with Ramadan etiquette, prayer and dua.